Another shiny, sunny day gleamed on the west coast of Sodor. Duck was getting ready for work, a very long day at that. The work was getting very busy with the coming opening of the branch line, and Duck was always ached from so much work from the previous days. He was just about to take his first train of the day when he heard a familiar whistle.
Ollie, you're out of the works, and in great Western green, just like me.
That's right, Monty. All finished and ready for work. As I am.
Oh, and I.
And I.
Oh, I didn't know you came with the second coach, Ollie.
That's because I didn't. That's Dulcie, another coach who was destined for the scrapyard. But the Fat Controller purchased her, and now she's here with us. And I couldn't be happier.
Well, I know one thing that might make you happier, Dulcie. A good day's work.
And Duck trundled off with his train, to which Oliver swiftly followed. Oliver on the branch line was just what the doctor ordered. Oliver was fast, agile, and the perfect engine to run on the coastside and deliver the passengers and workmen fast. His coaches helped make his journey easy as well. Similar to Annie and Clarabelle, Isabel and Dulcie have controls for the driver inside themselves to control Oliver, making their consist the perfect train for quick pickup and drop-off. Off we go, Isabel. Take the lead, Dulcie. Now the work was balanced, and everyone was happy. Oliver had to spend a couple nights at Tidmouth Sheds, where the other engines were fascinated with his story.
How inspirational! You, dear Oliver, have resource!
And are most courageous.
Yes, I suppose I am.
Can we hear your story again, please?
But I've already told you lot.
Please, please, please!
Oh, all right, keep your couplings on. We could only run at night, and we had to rest during the day, in sheds that no one uses. One morning, the Fat Controller spoke with Oliver, who was getting ready to take the coaches out.
I must say, Oliver, your work has been stupendous, and is worthy of an applause. Your efforts have made the branch line a much more cohesive and well-functioning line. Everyone is happy.
Glad to be of service, sir. Doing the best you can is the Great Western way. Oh, what a model engine Oliver is.
Of course, though I'm curious to see any other talents you have.
I beg your pardon, sir?
You are excellent at pulling coaches, though I wish to see how you handle trucks. I would like you to go to Nafford Yards, where Thomas will be waiting to teach you around the yard. Percy will take care of your passenger duties.
Ooh, you get to go out and explore some more of the island. I feel envious. But who will handle the coaches? Isabel and Dulcie need special care. Oh, well, now he makes me feel old.
I am certain he can do well. Now, when you're ready, you may proceed to the yards.
Oliver? Before you puff off, please, I would prefer that you listen to what Thomas has to say. I do know how you used to get with directions from other engines sometimes. That was 30 years ago, Isabel. I've learned sense. I remember an old tank engine that pulled me. He also didn't take too kindly to my advice. Well, I'm a changed engine, all right. I'll listen to what Thomas has to say, and I'll be as right as rain. Oliver puffed into the yards and was searching for Thomas, but as he did, the trucks giggled as he rolled by. They made snarky comments about him. Hello? Anyone here seen Thomas about? I know where there's a Thomas. Oh, hello. I'm Oliver. I'm to work in these yards today. And I'm to help you. So stop dawdling and let's get working. cheeky fella. You're also a push-pull? Well, auto tanks are quite similar. Our coaches can control us like yours. See? Nothing too hard, right? I guess not. You don't sound too confident. Well, we've had some nasty trucks on the old line, but not as nasty as these, I'll tell you. Well, those are ballast trucks. They usually spend all day sitting around the maintenance trains. They usually tend to do nothing since they're all bored and fed up. Especially, what was his name? Scrubby? Scrunchy? Scratcher? I can't remember, but be careful around ballast trucks. Especially, Thomas, your branch line isn't going to run itself. Alright, Oliver, just make sure you don't get too aggressive with the trucks. I speak from experience, it's not fun. Nice meeting you. Bye! Oliver began to arrange some trucks around the yard. Though they didn't make his job easy, and played a few tricks on him. Oh, come on! Stop it!
Okay.
Whoa! Gordon steamed by and noticed Oliver struggling.
What is going on, Oliver? Those trucks are shunting you, and opposed to you and shunting them.
Just a bit new for me, Gordon. I'll get them in line soon.
Sooner still, if you bother to give those trucks a good thrashing. That's what they need every so often, to realize you're not playing around. You are a courageous engine, after all.
Alright, I suppose I am. Of course, Gordon didn't know anything about shunting trucks. I'm sorry to say, but Oliver listened to Gordon and bumped the trucks harder to get them to quiet down. Oliver was determined to show he was a courageous engine. Doc stopped by Knapford to get some coal and was shocked when he saw Oliver bash a pair of trucks out of the way.
Ollie, what's gotten into you?
Just getting these trucks in line and making sure they don't cause trouble.
Aye, but there's no need to play rough.
Shouldn't I? They've been harassing me all day. I'm just giving them a taste of their own medicine. Besides, Gordon says I'm contagious.
You mean you're sick?
No. He said I was courteous.
You mean you have good manners?
No, I don't know what he said, alright? But he thinks I'm brave, and he thinks I should show the trucks that. Speaking of which, I need to get some trucks ready for Henry's train.
Wait, Ollie, you shouldn't...
Did I fast yourself, Duck? You'll learn it soon enough.
But Donald didn't know how soon that would be. Oliver arranged the last few trucks for Henry's train until he heard a faint whispering to Oliver nearby was an old, rusty ballast truck that looked like it could barely move. What's up? I need to get this train ready.
That's why I called you. I don't like causing trouble. If you shunt me at the end of that train, I'll promise I'll keep those trucks in line.
A ballast truck that doesn't like causing trouble? This seems suspicious.
Look at me, kid. I'm on my last wheels. I ain't gonna go out like every other truck on this island. Just let me keep your train in order for you.
Very well. Though Scruffy's words were convincing, Oliver would soon find out why you can never trust trucks.
Psst. Hey, guys. Oliver needs to switch tracks to shunt this train to the station. On my mark, push him back, so that he interferes with the point switching.
The trucks all cackled and giggled quietly. Oliver buffered up to the train.
intending to take them to Henry. No, no, no! Whoa, whoa, hey, stop that! But it was no use. Oliver fought hard, but the weight was too heavy for him to stop on his own. Duck was spinning around on the turntable as Oliver was heading towards him.
Oh no, stop, Oliver! Stop!
I'm trying! But it was too little too late. Bemused but not bruised, Oliver laid bunker first into the turntable well.
Well, Oliver, are you feeling like a contagious engine now?
Oh, very funny, Montague.
Well, I'll tell you what's not funny. The turntable's out of commission. It'll be a long time before the others can use it, and likely a long time before you can be fixed.
That evening, Oliver was lifted out of the well to safety, though he was embarrassed when he was floating in the air. And I thought Duck would be the one to fly first.
Can't you explain this, Oliver?
I'm sorry, sir. I should have listened to Thomas's advice. I don't feel courteous or whatever it is. I feel like a big lump of scrap iron.
I don't think so. But now you know the damage cars can do. I suspect you'll know now for next time.
Yes, sir. The other engines felt rather sorry for Oliver, as he never tried to cause the accident in the first place.
The branch line won't be the same without you, lad.
A few weeks later, Oliver was fixed and ready to work again, albeit with a large chip on his side tank, never forgetting how the trucks made a fool out of him. I'll show them what for, he puffed to himself. But when Oliver got back to the yard, the trucks were everywhere, in no pattern. They also sang rudely and loudly, and once they spotted Oliver, they all got excited, especially Scruffy, the leader.
Oliver's no use at all, thinks he's very clever, says that he can manage us, that's the best joke ever. When he orders us about with the greatest folly, we just push him down the well. Pop goes old Ollie.
The other engines were shocked. Be quiet! Thomas ordered as he bashed a singing truck. But no matter how hard they tried, they wouldn't stop. The engines weren't everywhere, and everywhere they weren't, the trucks began again.
Oliver's no use at all, thinks he's very clever, says that he can manage us, that's the best joke ever.
After a while of trying to work with the trucks, the engines gave up. We're sorry, Oliver. We tried to keep them under control, but ever since your crash, they seem to think they're invincible. I know. It's all my fault, really. I shouldn't have let them bump me into the turntable well. Unbeknownst to the engines, in a siding was Oliver's brake van, Toad, who was not fond of the truck's attitude. Toad was sitting in a siding when Douglas steamed next to him, and he noticed Toad's concerned expression.
Eh? Toad, what's getting you looking so bothered?
It's all these trucks, Mr. Douglas. I don't take kindly to any disrespect, but these trucks are the worst I've ever seen. All this disrespect and mockery for engines. When is it going to end?
He knows. Anytime new trucks come in, they're influenced by the old ones. And there's always a new wave of trouble that follows.
Well, you see, I was used a few times for army trains. Those men were hard-working and stood no nonsense. It inspired me to turn my ways and to also turn the ways of others, which is why I can't stand these trucks and their disrespect.
You need, Toad, there was once a brake van that was causing me and my brother all manner of grief. I went up the hill to help James, and I crashed the brake van by accident. I never meant to do it, but the truck seemed to stop causing us trouble then after.
Mr. Douglas, may I stay in the yard today to help Mr. Oliver?
Certainly, Toad.
Toad and the Great Western Engines gathered in a siding to formulate a plan to show the trucks what for.
Oh, don't be silly, Toad. The best thing we all can do is just ignore them and let this whole thing blow over.
But Oliver interrupted. No, Monty, Toad's right. This is all my fault. I'm the only one that can put it right.
Beg pardon, Mr. Oliver. I meant no disrespect, you see.
Of course not, Toad. But my driver says the same thing. He's arranged for me to take a train soon with the station master.
Very well. I must get ready too. My passengers will be waiting. Good luck.
Thanks. They whistled to each other, but Oliver felt dreadfully nervous inside. Oliver marshaled his train 2 trucks at a time. Once he had a long enough line of trucks, he was ready to pull them along, until Toad suggested something.
You know, Mr. Oliver, if you place Scruffy at the end, you'll have him right behind you, meaning you can bump him if he starts doing his nonsense.
That's a great idea, Toad, Oliver realized as he went to fetch Scruffy. Back for round 2, old Ollie? Oliver braced himself for pulling the large train as he shunted Scruffy in front. Hold back, and pass the word to the others. But it wouldn't be that easy. There was sand on the rails, and Oliver's wheels gripped splendidly. Oliver gave a great heave. Ooh, hang on, I don't like this much.
Go on!
Cried Duck.
Well done, Oliver! Well done!
Ooh! Come on! I've almost... I'm coming apart! And he certainly did. The cleanup crew thankfully was nearby, but so was the Fat Controller.
Oliver? Care to explain this, mess you've made?
I don't know what happened, sir. I was just trying to pull the trucks and then the truck behind me split in 2.
So you don't know your own strength, is that it? Don't worry, Oliver. That truck was old and ready to give out. It was my mistake for keeping him in service, as I thought. Rotten wood, rusty frames. Should have broken apart sooner.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm not the engine you need. All I've seemed to do is just cause trouble when I take these trucks out.
Rubbish, Ollie. You were handling the trucks just fine from what Thomas told us when you were shunting the other day.
And I'm certain you've learned sense from that crash into the turntable, Mr. Oliver.
So why don't you get this train a pull when everything's cleaned up?
I'll give it a jolly good try. And once the mess was cleaned up, Oliver hauled the trucks away in stride. Keep in line, Oliver chanted to the trucks, to which the trucks didn't say a word in response, mostly because they were too afraid, but it still made the journey all the easier for Oliver. That wasn't so bad.
I can't believe my eyes. Is that my Oliver pulling a goods train?
It is. Monty and the others convinced me, and I have to say, it's not that bad at all.
Who's Monty?
Montague. You know him, Percy. You've worked with him a few times.
Well, the others call him Duck from time to time.
Duck? What kind of a silly name is that?
He gave it to himself because he has a waddle when he puffs.
Oh yeah, he does do that.
Just like how my name is Percival. But I let the others call me Percy because it's shorter.
That's a fitting name for you, Percy. How have the auto coaches been treating you? And how has Percy been treating you, girls?
It's been quite a ride, to say the least. But Percy knows how to handle us.
Yes, and I love your branch line, Oliver. There's so much to see and so much to do.
Nowadays, Oliver is a much wiser engine and knows how to handle trucks. Though the trucks aren't brave enough to play any tricks on him again.
Don't play tricks on Mr. Oliver.
If you bump him, he'll pump you twice as hard.
And you'll never be the same truck again.
They would speak to each other. Though Oliver never biffs the trucks hard, he isn't afraid to ask for help when he needs it, and all of the engines are more than happy to help him. Many people, not just engines, were inspired by Oliver's great escape from the scrapyard. And he never lets the fame get to his head, and that's just what the doctor ordered, as the branch line was nearing completion. But coinciding with its grand opening was the arrival of yet another diesel on trial. But what about Scruffy, I hear you asking? Well, I'm sorry to say, but this trick on Oliver that split him in two was his very last. His remains were taken for scrap, and he was simply forgotten about. Quite a sad end for such a long-living truck. Or was it? No one is certain, but many of the trucks have sworn that they've seen the old truck around Sodor. They say he lingers around places where he observes the engines to plan the perfect trick from the shadows, and sometimes could be seen on trains looking like any other truck, but with that troublesome buck-toothed smile, causing accidents for engines like he did in life. The trucks may be troublesome, but I've always wondered if they were right. Don't you?